Hi guys, this is Valley Fish, and if you remember 3 weeks ago we were in this tank doing maintenance, ripping up a whole bunch of jungle val. I basically just cut it off flat. But in the video there was just a few pieces that I pulled up and showed you why I didn't, normally pull up every root because of how much dirt it stirred up. But then again, there was, 1 or 2 inch, probably closer to 1 inch little runners here and there, and I was just snipping them off as we were going through. I ended up having a handful in the top of the tank, and I never really thought too much about it, and I did one of those things that, why did I not get that on camera? So we're going to get this on camera. Hopefully somebody finds some interest in it, but that handful of jungle val, I did, sift through and sort out the good pieces, and the ones that had roots, I saved them. So I'll show you what I did with them. Hi guys. So one of the neighbors got a piece of equipment running. You can hear that humming in the background. I don't know what it is, but hopefully it don't pick up too horrible. But anyways, we're out here at the 55 gallon that I had growing out the albino koi guppies. We'll jump over, give you an update on them, and show you the jungle val. Okay, so we're out here. You probably can't see anything. I'm fighting horrible glare. Catcher's got a little ball, but I don't know if you can see him. Anyways, they're in there. They got big old bellies. They're swimming around. I don't remember the exact date on these guys, but that's not why we're out here. Even though they are pretty. So I did drop in. This was probably a little larger than a handful of just hair algae that I had grown in a water container. I pulled it out. It was full of bugs. I was like, yeah, they might like to eat on this, So I threw that in there, and it's growing, and not too worried about that. I also threw in a whole bunch of guppy grass that I didn't care if it did anything. I was just trying to give them guys cover. But this is what I was surprised on. In like 3 weeks time, you can see this is about a whole hand width container. But in 3 weeks time, it has made its way to the top of the 55. Now granted, it's a little short on water, but if I filled it up in the next few days, it would be there. So out of, there's probably the 6 pieces of jungle val that I started with. Now I'm not seeing any new runners, but that is great growth. And they all started as little bitty pieces. So the substrate in here is a little pea gravel mixed with ADA soil. And it's just from an old tank, but threw that in there. I wanted to catch it on camera just because I really regret not recording it the first time. And I'm gonna let this run until I tear it down and collect the fry, and even then I might leave it up till it freezes, but I wanted at least some type of reference to go back and say this is where we were. So missed the first opportunity, stepped on Roxy, and we're not gonna miss it again. So the guppy grass, I might pull all that out, and the big wad of algae, I was just leaving it in there. To me, it was a plant, and it's got to be doing something for the fish. So that is really good growth. So in a month or so, we'll do an update and see what happened. All right, so my plan is, in this corner, I'm going to take a pot that has similar substrate that this had. Last time I tried this experiment was last year, and it was a complete failure. So I ended up putting I think it's 10 gallon out on top of the picnic table in full sun under a tree, but it got a lot of early morning and really late afternoon sun. So I'm going to put a plant over here. I'm not sure what we're going to go with, but you'll find out. So we'll hopefully have a update that you guys can compare to. So we'll go get the pot, and then we'll pick a plant. Okay, so this was my experiment last year, and I had tipped up just to keep the rainwater out of it. Basically had way too much light, and all I did was grow algae. There wasn't any plants that could even, little tree, there wasn't any plants that could compete with the algae. So the algae won. The great thing is about the new tank location is it don't get any direct sunlight. And let's see, I gotta get all the little elm trees that are growing in it out of it. And I'm gonna try and add a little bit more. This is basically just a pea gravel dirt mixture. I did cap it at one time, but since I had it stirred up, rascal, quit whining. Alright, so we got it topped off. I'll probably rinse it off before I put it in there so I don't get a huge spike of dirt, because I don't want the big old algae bloom. So we'll go find a plant to put in there. Okay guys, so I got a few assortments of plants amongst my tanks. Really not a plant guy though. I have a hard time remembering what's what, and most of the time when I get it from other hobbyists, and they don't even include what name it is or anything like that. I've had that excitement a few times, so I'll try and throw the names up of the plants that I decided to go with. I did find another container, so we're gonna go with 3 pots in the 55 out there. I think both of these are Rotella, whatever. One's a Mandarin, something like that. I'll throw the name up. It was pretty popular on my Instagram pic, so follow me over there if you're not. But it's doing pretty good. It's growing in this 20 long right in the corner. We'll jump over, take a picture of it. Actually, I'll throw that picture up that I was talking about, and then we'll go through and just trim off the toppings. I'll probably do like 4 of those or so, and then we'll jump over to another tank and grab another plant. Alright guys, so here we are looking down at the side view. Dang it, glare is my enemy today. Anyways, I just want to show off my pink flamingo. It's doing pretty good. So I don't want to reach all the way in here, but this Rotella I'm going to pull off another tank. I'll grab a quick video of me doing that, but it's the same thing, just in a different tank, and I was hoping it'd do a little better. It looks like there's some up here, but this is what I'm going to grab out of the second tank. But this is that Mandarin. You can see I'm going to probably trim it right there, you know, and I'll jump up and do that now. And then for some reason that one's really green, but let's slide down. You can see how this is the one that I got the picture of, minus the horrible glare, and it's doing really well. But all these ones at the top of the surface that I need to cut anyways, they're gonna go outside. So I just got off work. I did wash my hands really well, but I'm always nervous and sticking my hands in there right after work or anything like that. I don't want to bring any oil or anything that's gonna contaminate their water quality. Like I said, these are a little harder to keep shrimp happy, so I don't want to be putting my hand in there any more than I need to. So I got some tongs, my Gatorade collection, shopping day. So I got my tongs, and I got some stainless steel little scissors. So I'll go through and snip them up, pull them out of the water, throw them in the pot they're going to, and if it all goes well, I won't have my hands in the tank. Alright, if we can do this without losing my phone in the tank, we will be great. So I'm going to shake off the shrimp. Try to shake them off and snip. Hopefully you can see the underside of this. This is pretty nice. So I'm going to drop that in a little pot. Basically it looks like an old cereal bowl. So let's see. You guys can't see it. Let me adjust. It's going to get shaky. Hold on. Okay. Might have to edit that out. Got a little shaky trying to get you guys in focus. So we got, what we're gonna go with? Go with 4. So there's another see if you guys can see it. The underside of this plant's what's amazing. So if you run this with CO2, it turns bright red. I don't. I just got a 2.0 light with 88 soil. Not bringing any shrimpers along with this journey. And it's holding on, doing well. Holding on, not doing well, but holding on. So that makes sense. It looked a lot better when I first got it, but at least I got some. Making sure there was no shrimpers jumping on. And this is another big long one. So I'm not an expert, I just cut it. I know a lot of people talk about you gotta have the right angle and yada yada yada, and I just cut it. Okay, let's move on to the next tank. Okay, now we are over at the root 2 tank. So this tank, just rip that up, dang it. Alright, snip. So what do we got? We got 1, 2, and let's see. Trying to pick the ones without the algae. Again, you can see the nice, just random cut. I don't know. Works for me. So I'm about out of plants. So that'd be really good if I could get this stuff to grow. Bad thing is this one's got a lot of hair algae. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear me. So this tank's got a lot of hair algae, but I feel like if I had more of this plant to introduce to it, it would help fight the hair algae that I got. But I am trying to breed the root 2. I have hatched. I don't know where they all are hiding, but anyways, that's another story. We'll come back to that. Okay guys, so I am pulling a little water out of the 29. So I'll fill up half a bucket. The debris in there is just the crud that grows in your hose. But my thought is I'll pot the pots, and then I'll submerge them in the bucket. And then any of that dirt, because I used actual potting mix when I made these, I think. So any of that that's loose towards the top should just float up into the water. That way when I put them into the tank, I won't have that huge explosion of, you know, dirt entering the tank. If anybody's ever played in a dirted tank, you'll know what I mean. But looks like we got enough. Alright, so I'm going to try and get all the crud out of there, because I wanted to kind of show you what I was going to be fighting, and maybe it'll do nothing, but gonna get all the crud that I can out of there. Okay, calling that good enough. Okay, so here we are. They're at the first one that we topped off. If you guys have any, if you like the video, let me know. If you don't like the video, also let me know. Not the greatest quality or editing, but if you find interest in the post, let me know. Dun, dun, dun. So one thing that I've heard a lot is you don't need dirt with stem plants. This is maybe true, but I've tried fertilizers and all the fun stuff, and I've never had good luck. So only thing I've ever really had good growth in is dirt, or as expensive it is as it is 88 soil works really well. And especially after it loses its buffering capability for my shrimp tanks, just using it in a guppy tank or such, it does great for growing plants, even mixing it with your regular aquarium gravel. So I usually do that, or the really old Miracle Grow, the good kind. I have done that. I have like 10 bags in my basement for future use. I know that stuff is hard to find nowadays. But you can see how much stuff come up out of the water. That's what I was fearing. So we got 4 of these plants. Let's go plant it and move on to the next one. Okay guys, so I left water in the container so it didn't make a huge as I entered it. It's hard to reach the bottom. No fish, hopefully. Okay, we'll go do the other one. Okay, so this is gonna be tricky because I got the same container that I want to use the plant in. So this plant will hang out there. And of course, because I thought I was done, I tipped this over. And let's see. So there's a lot of just gravel and the dirt's kind of down there. So this looks pretty dirty. Grab a handful of dirt, throw that in there. 1.5 handfuls of dirt. The rest will be gravel. Mosquito standby. Okay, got him. I ain't got mosquito bite till I started playing in this. Now I got 3 of them swarming me. So go fast. All right. Topped off. Hopefully I wasn't even watching. Hopefully that was in camera because I'm not redoing it. And I don't want to dump it all out. So I just keep it propped to, you know, use it for other projects. Dun dun dun. Okay, so this one we're just gonna slide on by the plants. Worked well. Okay, you can see it made the little dust cloud. So I gotta figure out which is the top and which is the bottom. Top, bottom. And smudge. Alright, top, bottom. Anyways, the reason that I'm posting this is just for fun. I had a little time to kill and I thought, you know, I'll make a video. And if this works really well, I did buy like 8 55-gallon aquariums that I could possibly do this next year. Obviously, if it works well, I'll get them out there a little sooner in the year. It's like the 2nd weekend of July, something like that. So got all 4 planted. And let's take them to their tank. Scarlett, you watching? You learning? I'm not learning nothing. Okay. Slowly going in. Awesome. I did scoot the big old nasty algae wad just a little bit over so it got some room. So there's the new guys, and there's the jungle valve. Pretty fun. See how well it does. I'll throw the date up here, so when we do our teardown, I'll definitely gotta figure out something with the reflection. So hopefully this video turned out well for you guys. Like I said, if you liked it, if you thought it was fun, let me know. If it wasn't something that you stuck around for, sorry. Okay guys, so there was no retakes in this whole thing. It was cut raw. So hopefully the footage comes out decent, and hopefully there's somebody out there that liked it. But that's what I got going on and just thought I'd share. It was mostly for my own record keeping, but there may be somebody out there that liked it as well. Thanks for watching.